You've been lied to by your teachers, your friends, even your favorite cartoons. From goldfish brains to lightning bolts, here are 10 science myths you probably still believe, but absolutely shouldn't. In a world overflowing with information, some myths just refuse to die. They spread in classrooms, movies, and even science books. But science is about curiosity, correction, and truth. Today, we dig deeper into 10 myths that might sound harmless, but once exposed, they'll change the way you look at the world. Myth 1. We only use 10% of our brains. Let's start with the big one. You've probably heard that humans only use 10% of their brains. That's complete fiction. Brain scans using fMRI show activity coursing through almost every region, even during sleep. The myth likely came from early neurologists trying to emphasize how little we understood the brain, not how little we used it. Plus, if 90% of our brain was inactive, evolutionary biology would have phased it out. It's a classic case of a catchy phrase overpowering scientific nuance. The real takeaway: we do use our entire brain, just not all at once. Myth 2. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. Wrong again. Lightning not only can strike the same place twice, it often does. The Empire State Building gets hit around 25 times a year. Tall structures and open spaces are prime targets due to conductivity and elevation. The confusion likely comes from a metaphor. The idea that rare events won't repeat, but in nature, patterns are persistent. Lightning seeks the path of least resistance. If that path doesn't change, neither will the lightning's target. So when thunder rolls, don't assume you're safe just because it already struck once. Myth 3. Humans evolved from monkeys. The idea that humans evolved from monkeys is a huge oversimplification. Humans and modern monkeys share a common ancestor that lived around 25 to 30 million years ago. Evolution is a branching tree, not a ladder. Saying we evolved from monkeys is like saying you descended from your cousin. Fossil evidence supports a split in the evolutionary tree where different hominid and primate branches emerged. Homo sapiens share about 98.8% of our DNA with chimpanzees, but that doesn't mean one came from the other. It means we're close relatives. Myth 4. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. Contrary to popular belief, you can't see the Great Wall with the naked eye from the moon, or even low Earth orbit. It's too narrow, irregular, and made of materials that blend into the surrounding terrain. Astronauts confirm this all the time. In fact, many human-made structures, like highways and airports, are far more visible. This myth likely came from a 1930s Ripley's Believe It or Not cartoon and stuck. In reality, without aid like a telescope or special lighting, the wall is practically invisible from space. It's still a marvel, just not a space beacon. Myth 5. Bulls hate the color red. Here's the truth. Bulls are red-green colorblind. What actually enrages them in a bullfight is the movement of the cape, not its color. Studies on bovine vision show bulls don't respond to colors the same way humans do. The red cape, called a muleta, is traditional, not strategic. In fact, bulls react similarly to any fluttering object, regardless of hue. The myth persists because red is dramatic, but if a matador waved a blue flag with the same flair, the bull would still charge. It's motion, not pigment, that gets them riled. Myth 6. Water conducts electricity. You've heard this one in every safety warning. Water conducts electricity. But pure water? It barely conducts at all. It's the minerals and impurities, like salt, metals, and dissolved ions, that allow electricity to flow. Distilled water is a poor conductor. Of course, in real-world scenarios, water almost always has impurities, which is why it remains a hazard. But understanding why it conducts helps us better grasp chemistry and electrical safety. It's not the H2O, it's what's in it. Myth 7. Hair and nails grow after death. Creepy but false. After death, the body dehydrates and the skin retracts, which makes hair and nails look longer. No actual growth happens. Hormonal activity, blood flow, and cell reproduction all stop. It's an optical illusion caused by tissue shrinkage. This myth likely grew from early morgue observations before we understood post-mortem changes. It makes for great horror visuals, but in reality, your biology hits the brakes fast after death. So no, you won't become a posthumous hair model. Myth 8. You swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. Zero evidence. Spiders avoid humans. They sense vibrations and would rather not crawl into your snoring mouth. The idea was reportedly fabricated in the 1990s to show how easily misinformation spreads online. And it worked. Spiders want to live, not get eaten. They tend to avoid warm, moist environments like a human mouth. Even in spider-rich homes, you're statistically more likely to get struck by lightning than involuntarily eat a spider while sleeping. Nightmares aside, your mouth is probably spider-free. Myth 9. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. Totally false. Goldfish can actually remember things for months. They've been trained to push levers, recognize sounds, and even tell time. Some experiments showed goldfish remembering feeding schedules and even specific tank landmarks. In educational settings, goldfish have been used in basic conditioning studies. They're not geniuses, but calling them brainless is unfair. This myth probably caught on because it's humorous, but it sells short an entire species' cognitive capabilities. Myth 10. The moon has a dark side. The moon is tidally locked, meaning we only see one side from Earth. But every part of the moon receives sunlight during its orbit. The so-called dark side is just the far side, not shrouded in eternal night. Space probes and lunar orbiters have photographed and studied it extensively. It has craters, mountains, and even unique geological features. The phrase dark side is more poetic than scientific and perpetuates a misunderstanding of celestial mechanics. Thanks for watching. So, how many of these myths did you believe? Let us know in the comments. Science is always evolving, and sometimes that means unlearning what we thought we knew. If you liked this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more mind-blowing truths, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, just because you've heard something your whole life doesn't make it true. Stay curious, keep questioning, and always follow the evidence. And remember, always stay in the loop.